In 2023, Business Insider declared the Metaverse was dead. But in 2024, 588 brands entered the Metaverse. So what really died? In today's episode of Behind the Brand, we sat down with Sara from Cosnova, the parent company of Essence, to find out their Metaverse strategy and why they took the leap forward to enter the Metaverse. June 2023 is when Essence released their first brand activation on Roblox, which didn't exactly go to plan. So I sat down with Sara to understand why it didn't go to plan.
The campaign with the first experience was launched in June 23 because they wanted to celebrate Pride. And I do think that when they had this in mind, they had the main goal from the company back then was to innovate or pioneer in the platform. And what better way to do it than celebrating the brand values, celebrating diversity, celebrating self-expression and inclusivity. So they did it with this goal in mind. Definitely, Essence was one of the first beauty brands in the platform. And I think that was a really, really bold move from the executives because you are entering a platform that you basically, nobody can say that really was an expert 2 years ago. It was, so you're really navigating completely different waters. We are not an endemic brand to gaming, right? So it was risky, whatever you can see it, And so I joined, and my role was, okay, we have this project, but this was from June, and now we want to keep ongoing, but we don't know how, basically. And so my role there was, okay, I'm gonna first take a look at what has been built here, what the community is really liking and enjoying, and if we enhance that, we can just move forward with it. Or we also could take the path of, maybe we need a new world. And we were in this kind of navigating all the possibilities. And I also took some decisions that were quite strategic back then because it was the company, right? And it has its own partners. But I said, you know what, let's rethink the whole thing after 3 months. And then we restart everything from scratch again, like having a pitch, trying to find new partners who will join this adventure with us. And then we met Nerd, and they were already partnering with us for a few activations on Twitch. And then we started everything. So the Essence Fan Park was having this open world where the players were welcome to join. And the advantage of the fan park was that they would come to an open world and they can explore so many environments. And for them, that was cute because the environments were actually quite attractive. There was a turtle island and so on, and the quests were quite simple. But the disadvantages were like you enter a world, but you don't know what is your objective. There was no real tangible goal for them. Then there was no, the game mechanics were quite repetitive. And also the onboarding, when you entered the game, the princess was there, but she was not actually giving you the instructions and telling you, you need to do this and you need to do that. There was a lack of a tutorial, let's say, for the players to know their purpose. Back then it was quite hard because the number that I have in mind right now is the total visits after 7-8 months was 180,000 visits.
As well-versed Essence are with social media, podcasting, and influencer marketing, they found it extremely difficult finding any success in the Metaverse. In 2023, brands could release a brand activation in return for PR, and it would look great. But did they get results? Probably not. But in 2025, you can't do that. You have to understand the community. You have to understand what type of game mechanics work, what type of UGC works, And that's exactly what they didn't do. After Essence failed their first brand activation, Sara fought for them to try again because she knew that's where Gen Z spend most of their time. It's not TikTok, it's Roblox.
I do think we appreciate the platform's reach. The users are spending so much time on this platform. And for us, it just felt like a new way to tap into these new audiences, younger people who wants to also belong to somewhere, and we wanted to build a community. So for us, it was an opportunity, right? Um, I would think that Essence and Cosnova in general are trying to go beyond Europe, expand their reach, and become more and more global. That we want to acquire more relevance in the international scape. And I do think Roblox is perfect for that because Roblox is accessible from many countries. People from all over the world is playing, from different age ranges as well. I mean, I cannot say it's just for kids because it's not. I mean, the best friends of the Last Princess, they have told her like, "Hey, I am 22 or 26, but don't judge me." And the princess is there always saying, "No, of course not. We don't judge anyone, and this is a space where you can actually have fun and be yourself." So it's just the global reach is something that keep like makes us react and say, "No, we want to stay here to build our global community."
Essence didn't give up, but if I was a big brand like Essence trying to enter the metaverse, the most important thing I would focus on is partners and people, and trusting the right people, people that understand the platform, people that understand the game mechanics and the community, and that's exactly what Essence did. In Essence's recent activation, you guys achieved 1 million visits in 9 days, an average spending time from 12 to 30 minutes, which is amazing, really, really good. And you guys basically 10x your numbers from what it seems like, right? So what changed from then till now?
So I think the first thing was to change the strategy, right? Um, we changed this approach where the brand is not is needed to adapt to the platform, right? So we needed to understand what the community expected. So Nair told us, one of our agencies told us, JVM said, why we don't try a tycoon mechanic, because the audience is more familiar with this and it's quite successful, right? And it was like, okay, we were very open-minded this time. We were completely flexible and open-minded to hear what the experts had to say to us, right? It's always trying to find that balance, because I am kind of in the middleman and I'm between what the brand wants and what the agencies are suggesting, because they have the expertise from the platform. So this approach, then integrating the UGC strategy, because the previous experience didn't have a UGC strategy. This time we decided to have it, with knowing what are the items that are the most, like the top ranked items, which kind of vibes are they looking for, and at the same time that matches the brand identity, right? The game mechanics, this time our developers suggested, hey, we can have mini games, we can have two different mini games, and we have to test them, of course. um, our company also runs some focus group to know how successful, what was the potential in there, with the concept. And now that we're talking about concept, I would say we decided also, first things first, build a new story for the princess. Because in the previous world, yes, there is a cute princess that is the mascara, it's the Lash Princess mascara. But where is she coming from? Where's she going? Why the players need to play with her? And we decided to give her like a deeper world building, where she is living in this kingdom and you come to her kingdom to build the islands where she's living, right? So you need to protect the colors and try to keep the island as alive as possible. um, and then it's this kind of situation where you are trying to keep the kingdom as vibrant, because you don't want it to turn gray, and the gray symbolizes for the brand the intolerance or the toxicity of the world. And I think Essence wants to build a community that is um, that we bring this safe space for them to express, to play, to feel safe, right? To just exchange with others, have this peer-to-peer communication where they exchange, hey, I love this product, or I just like your game, or this UGC, maybe can you make it in purple, because they have a lot of opinion and ideas. And I love that. I really love that. So besides the UGCs, the new game mechanics, the storytelling, we also had an enhanced marketing campaign that was different, because this time we have more support from our social media channels, and TikTok Essence channel is like, it has a very, very large reach. And that's our main channel for trying to communicate more game related topics, because the audience is looking for Roblox on that. So yeah, this time we really use the social the organic content. And then I wouldn't say the last the less important factor, but having trusted partners that you can rely on, like Geek and Nerd, because I do think that they both were crucial on the success here. Um, just because we were able to be transparent, to be honest, this is gonna work, this is not gonna work. That kind of exchange where you trust the expertise of both parties.
We worked very closely with Sarah and the team on this Roblox strategy. And I think the real key thing there was arriving in a way, because actually it's Essence's second experience on the platform. I don't think the first one went quite as well. And I think the key to this success this time round was showing up in a really native way. So they built a tycoon mechanic, which we know is really, really popular on Roblox. It's native to the platform. Users really enjoy tycoons. They can drive lots of repeat visits and really deep, long session times. So I think in order to meet those objectives and to achieve the numbers that we did, it was very closely linked to not only the mechanic, which drives repeat visits and is great for retention, but also the free UGC offering that really leans into the brand and the brand's identity, the makeup looks, the princess hair. These are all items that are ownable to the brand, but also super desirable to users. And I think that combination is why the numbers are so good.
We've seen cosmetic brands like L'Oreal, Fenty, Maybelline, Elf enter the metaverse. So I asked Sara, why are so many beauty brands riding this wave?
I think everyone is like looking for attention, right? We are all competing there and trying to drag attention, because on social media, everybody's scrolling and scrolling, and you get them maybe if you're lucky for 1 second, two. But if you find a platform where they are spending far more time because they are engaging in longer sessions, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, even 7, it's like kind of the average, right? For branded entertainment games. So I will say that that's the main reason why brands are joining. And that's the reason why it's becoming more competitive. So if anybody wants to join Roblox today, be ready for facing this high competitive landscape full of brand entertainment activations, and also the most popular IPs. You're competing against Sonic or Barbie or Hello Kitty. And that is challenging because those brands are lovable. They have a fandom. And you, as a brand trying to push your, maybe, you know, you need to find what is your most valuable asset. And in the case of Essence, was the Lash Princess mascara as the bestseller, but also as this NPC that months ago we transformed him from NPC to a player. So she actually interacts with them in the game, but also outside of the game. Um, and they interact in the Roblox group where we have like 28,000 members. She asks them, they usually tend to look for her like for help, but also like, how is your day? Hey, you know what? I love this lipstick. Are you gonna make more? that kind of exchange. And sometimes it becomes familiar and more friendly, like, how can I name my pet? And she's trying to help them to actually find cute names for the pet and so on. And it's part of our role as making them feel welcome to the community, right? So I think this is our asset. She is our driver to emotional connection, to driving the conversation, to keep the conversation in a positive way for everyone, right? A few days ago, there were users that they were like, I cannot reach 100 level. I can't. And she was like, please don't get frustrated. I'm here for you. I can actually play with you so you don't feel alone. And they actually achieved level 100 yesterday and got the UGC. Yeah. It's awesome because I tend to see that sometimes they get frustrated and they are like, I cannot do this, you know? And then she comes into it and tries to enlighten them with a bit of kindness and show them like, hey, I'm like you. I also am not so good at this. I'm level 40. I'm still missing some levels. And they kind of relate to her in that sense. So and then they pursue what they want to actually achieve, right?
September 2024, we saw Roblox announce its partnership with Shopify for Shopify to become the first commerce integration into Roblox. So I asked Sara if you could see Essence sell physical products in Roblox.
There are many possibilities. You can monetize creating your own marketplace items, right? So before we couldn't explore that because the brand perspective was like, we don't want to profit out of this platform yet because they didn't know exactly how it works. And their point of view was like, we don't want to profit out of children, right? This is such a young audience, so we don't know how to do that. But now looking to the future and seeing how Roblox have partnered with Shopify, there might be other ways and other opportunities um, for us to tap into these audiences in a different way. I wouldn't say that's a necessary community building, but it's something that maybe we make the shopping option closer to them or easier to them, right? We definitely are interested on it, but we need to discuss obviously internally and also align with the platform and what are our possibilities with them. Because I think that at the moment, what I knew is that they run pilots with certain brands. Obviously, I know that other beauty brand was running a pilot in the US with just a limited amount of products, like 3 or 4 products, to test it, right? To test it. And I do think that those learnings are still on Roblox side. And I'm sure that as soon as they get it, they will share it with us. We are in contact with them as well. I don't want to give too much, too many details right now. But just to say it, yes, we are thinking about that option. It's actually something that we are looking forward to it, to bring new possibilities and explore what other opportunities we have in the marketplace. Um, not only with the real cosmetics products, right? But I do think that having these makeup faces, in the marketplace, it would be such a cool idea for us to explore in terms of virtual beauty, right? It's similar what is Cepero doing actually, because Cepero has this more focus on your self-expression, but more into beauty and fashion. And in Roblox, it's a bit different, but I am sure that because many players were actually eager to get the makeup face, the UGC we had, and it was sold out like so quickly. So I definitely think like we should definitely do virtual makeup.
It's 2025 now, so I asked Sara, what could we see from Essence this year? And here's what she had to say.
We just want to go more ambitious, right? We still want to expand our reach, but first we want to solidify what we have built right now. So yes, we launched the game, it has success now, but we want to keep building up and strengthen our community. There is the first thing to do. We, as you saw it, I think in the trailer, we said that we are gonna open more islands because those are seasonal. So that's in the plans to keep opening the islands. and do different game mechanics for different islands. So each island has its own identity to some extent. So we keep extending the Lush Princess world and the storytelling through it. In terms of gaming, I think we want to also have a more holistic view on how we are tapping into these communities, how we are reaching to them, how we're creating the content that resonates better with them. But that's from a holistic point of view, not only just thinking about Roblox or just thinking about Twitch, and they are never connected to each other. I think we want to have a more compiled story to tell for the brand. And that it's exactly so the community starts to get in. Oh, okay, Essence is this this makeup company that makes beauty fun and is inclusive, and it has this beautiful community on Roblox, and they are also tapping into gaming. They are also in cosplay. They were last time in Gamescom Latam and so on, or the conventions here for cosplay. So I think for now we're focusing on these two communities, gaming and cosplay, um, gaming through Roblox and cosplay through Twitch. But yeah, definitely want to solidify this, but keep expanding and see on other opportunities, right? In the future, like I mentioned, Sepero would be awesome. I'm not sure if that will happen next year, definitely. It's a matter of capacities and resources as well. So we're a small team still.
Thank you so much for watching till the end, and thank you to Sara, and thank you to all the people that were involved with the brand activation for Cosnova and Essence. So yeah, if you want to listen to the full conversation between me and Sara, link in the description below. But until next time, peace.